Hello, it's Mr. Ripka, reading Neruda during Corona. You might be asking yourself, what's up with this big moon? Well, it's my attempt to get you into the mood for the questions for today, which continue the theme of the questions from yesterday. Remember, the question began yesterday with, is it true that swallows are going to settle on the moon? That was yesterday. Well, he continues the lunar imagery today. And he does something interesting, which I'd like to point out to you. If we can see this. You can see it says poem right there, LV, so we're at 55. Awesome. And you can see it has 3 stanzas, and normally he has a question per stanza. But if you look closely, you will see that the first question, the first stanza, is indeed a question. But the second stanza goes into the third stanza for one long question that takes 2 stanzas. In short, we have 2 questions today. So I just wanted to tell you that, since you don't get to see the actual poem that often. We have 2 questions, 3 stanzas, but 2 questions. And maybe we, as we're listening to the questions and all that, we can ask ourselves, why? He doesn't do this that often, so why is it here that he moves on into the next stanza to complete his question? Let's go ahead and begin with poem 55, Pablo Neruda. El libro de las preguntas, la luna. It says, ¿por qué no mandan a las topos y a las tortugas a la luna? Los animales ingenieros de cavidades y ranuras no podrían hacerse cargo de estas lejanas inspecciones. Nice. So that was 2 stanzas and 1 question. We have some fun imagery again, kind of like yesterday, except no swallows, no golondrinas today. Instead, we have los topos and las tortugas. And that would be, topos would be moles, not like moles on a skin, but moles that dig into the earth. And then tortugas, turtles, tortugas. So that would be turtles. So we have imagery, animal imagery, imagery of moles and turtles. Then you heard los animales, so we have animals, the general idea of it. And then we had cavidades y ranuras, imagery of hollows and tunnels and cavities and things like that. Of course, we had la luna, so we had the moon. And then we had no podrían hacerse cargo de estas lejanas inspecciones, so something about inspections, distant inspections that are happening. Let's see how Neruda brings all these images together to give us some questions to think about for today, about the moon and about ourselves. It says, why don't they send moles and turtles to the moon? Couldn't the animals that engineer hollows and tunnels take charge of these distant inspections? And that's it. That's what we have today, folks. 2 questions. Questions about why not send turtles and moles to the moon so that they can engineer the hollows and tunnels and take charge of these distant inspections. What inspections? That's for you to figure out. I guess the animals would engineer the hollows. They wouldn't just be digging. They'd be these animal engineers also up there on the moon. Just to keep the trend going, I'm going to go through it one more time, just to without any commentary, so that you can just hear the flow and contemplate these questions about the moon and about turtles and moles and doing distant inspections. Why don't they send moles and turtles to the moon? Couldn't the animals that engineer hollows and tunnels take charge of these distant inspections? Well, today is Monday, which comes, by the way, is a German word meaning moon day. Yeah, so it's moon day. Moon. How appropriate. How coincidental. And of course, if you know Spanish, lunes, that's moon. Moon day. Of course, it's the day of the week, but it's coming from the moon. If you know French, lundi, that's moon day. Lundi, moon day. And if you know a little bit of Latin, it is dies lunae, the day of the moon. So I hope you have a wonderful moon day today, and I hope some of these questions about the moon and yesterday's questions, and guess what? Tomorrow's too, are going to be about the moon. I hope these questions about the moon don't make you a lunatic.